So I'm getting quite excited because two books that I wrote over a decade ago, I've spent 2 or 3 days updating them, which I found quite difficult. I think I mentioned before, because all the stats around women and violence and all the structural barriers that we talk about all the time, nothing's got better. In fact, everything's gone into reverse. We are losing our rights. We are losing our momentum. We have still got a pay gap, pension gap, bonus gap, all these things. And it was quite depressing to look at these books that I actually wrote in 2013, published them both in 2015. But they are about to be re-released. So Superwoman, how time to Superwoman's expired, kick Little Miss Perfect to the curb. This book is only a thin little book, and it's really my voice. And this book has been a hit, a bestseller, every single month since it came out. It kind of really focuses in on why women are still playing Superwoman, but a modern day version of it, in that they've got to be perfect and brilliant at everything. And if they're not, they kind of fall off that pedestal themselves, and they're very self-critical, and then they end up being control freaks, so they do everything because nobody else can do everything as well as them, and you can't get the staff, and it's no point in asking anybody at home, you might as well do it yourself. And then it's not sustainable, and plates fall to the ground, and then we have this whole different game. And so it kind of still speaks to women. It still speaks to young girls. It's still very, very current. This book was based on my experience of coaching many, many women through this model of behaviour and getting them out the other side. And the other side is authenticity, that we talk about all the time, but we don't really understand. So that was the first book I wrote. The second book I wrote at the same time, which is the book I actually went away to write, is Diva Wisdom. And Diva Wisdom is all about my story as an entrepreneur, my story as a young person, and my kind of backstory, if you like. Then my lessons as an entrepreneur, because I've spent more of my adult life being an entrepreneur than I have doing anything else. Then my step into the journey at Girls Out Loud, because remember, this was 2013-14 when I wrote this book, and I'd only just started Girls Out Loud in 2010. So it was my first view of that landscape. And you know what I was seeing and how that was making me feel, and why I wanted women to step up and be a role model. So it's, you know, it's rock your world and then be a role model, pass it on. That's what this book is. And again, I've updated it. I've updated the stats. I've updated some of the text. Both of these books will be out in print, new versions, probably in the next 2 weeks. If you want to buy these books directly from me, just put a note in the text, or DM me, or put a note in the post, or your email, and I'll make sure I come direct to you. But they will both be on Amazon, and I am going to put them both as an Audible. So I'm currently going into a studio to actually record both of these books, which I'm really looking forward to doing. It's a long time since I've done that. So they will also be out on Audible probably in the next 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm just giving you a heads up. They're both on the way.